Hello, this is Grandma Jan from Red Toad Art Studio, and today we are going to make a collage called The Circle of Life. This is a book I found the other day at a yard sale, and I just love it. And in the back pages, I found a picture of this Indian man. Doesn't he have personality? I bet he could tell some tales. And the opposite of him was a page with a poem, and it's called The Circle of Life. And I'm going to read this for you. It's not too long, and it will explain my collage as it comes out. I have killed the deer, I have crushed the grasshopper, and the plants he feeds upon I have cut through the heart of trees growing old and straight. I have taken fish from water and birds from the sky. In my life I have needed death, so my life can be. When I die, I must give life to what has nourished me. The earth receives my body and gives it to the plants and to the caterpillars, to the birds and to the coyotes, each in its own time, so that the circle of life is never broken. And I felt like this picture and this picture definitely go together. So I started hunting for background for this man. And from another one of my old book hauls, I had America the Beautiful. And in this book, I found this picture. It's an old picture. There's some Indians here on horseback, and it continues on to the next page. I may not need this page, but I might. I'm going to keep it just in case. And I think this will make a scrumptious background for this man. So on my one side of my collage, I'll have him, and on top of this, and on the other side, I want the circle of life. And I thought, when I found this, that it would be great to go under the poem. Now, I think it would be nice if I put some things around this, since it talks about the circle of life, like maybe some deer or a tree or birds or coyotes. And I'm not sure what I will use there. We'll have to find it as we go, because I'm not sure what kind of room we're going to have. It makes it kind of hard to look for the pictures. So the first thing we need to do is to cut the backgrounds to fit my pages, and then fussy cut my Indian man. So we're going to do that next. We will get my journal out, my Dilutions journal, and we need to fit this page. I think I'll put my man on this side. We need to fit this right here. And I think that will go in just fine. Now, I'm not sure if this needs to continue over, but I know I need this side in. So let's try this. You know, I'm not sure if I need to cut this side or this side. I think we need to fussy cut our Indian man first and see how he fits. So we're going to do that next. Okay, now to decide which side of this. If I put him here, he doesn't stick out very well, but these are good. I don't know. Let's see. If I put him here, I think we should have him so these two Indians on horseback show over his shoulder. So we need to just barely keep these horses. And we need to cut this right here. Okay, this will go right here. Maybe we'll leave a little bit of space up here and a little bit down here. And one of these strips that I cut off will go here to fill in the little gaps. How do you think that looks? I think that would be just fine. And then on the other side, we need to figure we want our poem. Now our poem can be cut down quite a bit. This isn't a picture of the poets, so we don't need to keep that. And the poem was written by Nancy Wood, so we want to keep the title, the poem, and the author. And maybe these lines, I'm not sure. Let's cut outside it and see what it looks like. The circle of life. And I had this that I want to go under this somehow. I think it may be cut out and pulled apart here. We'll see. What do you think? This is a prehistoric petroglyph. And it's in the painted desert of the Petrified Forest National Park. We'll get this cut out. Now, let's see. I'm thinking this is going to get separated. I hope I don't regret cutting this apart. Maybe that should be straightened up. I think we need another background to go under here. What do you think? Something that will match the color of this rock. I am going to go searching. You know, I think maybe the other end of this picture is my best bet. We can cover it up, something like that. Let's work on that. These shiny pages kind of glare in my light, but there's not much I can do about that. It's either put up with the glare or have no light. So we want to cut this. This will need to go up that way. And we'll need to see if we have some more of this that will kind of go under here. I hope we do. Now, we need to even this up. And I think I should tear this, but let's wait. Let's see what we're going to do here. If that's torn and goes on up like that, and we'll have this, we need something down here. And I think what I will need then is some pictures of maybe deer or birds or coyotes to fit in around this poem. So, ooh, here's my other piece of this. I think that might be handy. Let's glue it in right across here, I think. And we'll find something to go in those two places. Well, and the things I have already cut, trying to use all the paper I can from the same books. I have this that might fit under there and hide that jagged edge. And then something will go there. We have this piece too, if we really need it. And then I wondered about perhaps these little deer. I also had a bird and something else tagged. I think what we're going to do is go back over here and get some things glued down. We've got too many things floating around. So let's start over here. Okay. So let's work on this side. And let's get this under here. There we go. We need to trim this off. Nice. And he's going to go. I think what we ought to do is just cut his I don't know, it's not exactly a hat. That might be his hair sticking up there, but whatever it is, we need to undo the flatness of it. So we'll do some cutting on that. Yeah, I think that is much better now. And I think I better ink him. So let's get him up here and inked. As usual, I will use my Distress Ink Vintage Photo. Let's go ahead and tint some of this to match the brown while we're here. There. That will look good. Let me get this so it doesn't glare and you can see what it looks like. Looks just like that. So let's get him glued down. There's what our page looks like. We need to trim a little bit here. All right, let's do some work on this page if we can. We have not decided on much here. Let's see. I want to do something with this edge. I think just tear it up. There, I think that will do good. I think we'll go ahead and put those two pieces down. And then we'll get this piece in right here. There'll be a little bit to cut off right there, and that's okay. This. And we need to find a few more things to go here. What about this eagle right up here? Yeah, I think he would be perfect, don't you? And I think we need something here. What about some buffalo? Okay, and my eagle needs to be fussy cut. There we go. Let's go ahead and start putting this together. There we go. And I think we need one other thing right here. Actually, that goes good there. That means I may have to find something else to go here. I like that there. Kind of fills that corner in, doesn't it? Well, how about this buffalo skin? Now, I don't like this, so I'm going to do my usual trick and go hunt for a piece of washi tape that will fit between the two pages. Let's see what this does. I'm playing it safe if I use the other one. And do we play it safe when we do collages? We shouldn't, because that's when we come up with boring ones, which I do a lot. Well, I think I have finished the circle of life. Don't you like that? I do anyway. The circle of life. Each in its own time so that the circle of life is never broken. Oh, I see something I did miss. It's not very noticeable. This right here. Well, I'll have to think about that. But basically, this is all finished. Maybe this can just be inked. There we go. Not the best. But then I didn't even notice that till now, so I think it will be okay. So, this whole collage has come from, I think, 2 books that I bought at either a yard sale or a discount bookstore. But this has been fun to do a collage out of the books. Even the backgrounds have come from the books. And I hope it inspires you to try to do that too. You can get a lot out of these big kind of what we call coffee table books that have great pictures in them. So I want to try another one kind of like this, using the background from a book and my focal point. So probably my next one will also be along this line. And I will see you then. Bye-bye for now.